As we move further into 2026, it is important to understand something very clearly. We have not just moved into another calendar year. We have entered the first year of a completely new energy cycle. Every 9 years, humanity crosses an energetic threshold, a point where old collective patterns seek to complete themselves and a new phase of evolution begins. 2026 is that threshold year. This year is not passive. It does not respond to waiting, to drifting, or just hoping that things will settle down on their own. The energy of 2026 asks us for our conscious participation. If you meet this year with awareness and intention, it will feel lighter than what many experienced 2025 to be. But if you resist its movement, it is likely to feel like pressure, disruption, or even repeated friction. Please understand, none of this is meant to be a punishment. It is meant to draw your attention to a redirection. As soon as we started 2026, the Earth entered a phase of accelerated crystalline activation. Crystalline activation had started some years ago, but now it has accelerated and has come into its completion phase. This means that the Earth's energy field begins to operate in a faster, clearer frequency. And as a result, humans begin upgrading as well. On a planetary level, it involves the quickening of the vibrations of Earth. Manifestation becomes far quicker, far stronger, and extremely direct. Dense emotional states are very, very hard to sustain. Truth surfaces quickly, and false structures cannot hold their spaces anymore. They shall collapse. On a human level, the upgrade influences our DNA, our nervous systems, emotional bodies, auric fields, and of course the speed of our intuitive responses. Even though the outer world may still appear chaotic, this shift supports the emergence of greater compassion, empathy, authenticity, tolerance, and respect for all human beings. These qualities strengthen in 2026 and the years that follow. Many of us may also experience certain physical sensations. For example, sudden bursts of energy, which may ironically be followed by bouts of tiredness or the immediate need to rest. We may feel a kind of a buzzing or a warmth in our spinal region, in the spinal cord, or in the forehead or the crown. You may have more vivid dreams. You may get intuitive downloads, which you may not have had before. These are all signs that your system is recalibrating itself and getting into alignment with the crystalline energy of the Earth. The crystalline energy has one defining quality. It aligns everything to its most truthful state. What that means is that in everything, whether it is in personal relationships or global relationships, whether it is in personal work or international work, in personal identity or national identity, the truth shall arise, and the lies or the deception or untruths will be very clearly exposed. Anything that is built on false pretenses, false versions of what they are, outdated roles, becomes increasingly uncomfortable. Numerologically, 2026 adds up to 10. 2 plus 2 plus 6. 10 carries the energy of completion, but it also carries the energy of a new beginning, of initiation. So here we have a unique juxtaposition, an ending and a beginning. Old patterns ending, new structures emerging. So the central question of this year for each one of us is, who am I becoming? Not who have you been, not who you wish to be, but who are you choosing to be? Who are you shaping yourself into through your thoughts, your feelings, your words, your actions? This choice is of vital importance for each one of us. Just as we have understood what 2026 is, it is also important to understand what 2026 is not. 2026 is not about revisiting the past, about reopening old wounds, revisiting old conflicts. It is not about fixing yourself. It is not about fixing another. It is not about endless healing cycles. In fact, one aspect that you must remember is that 2026 assumes that 2025 completed all the healing work that you were supposed to complete. Now, that is a huge statement, but I'm going to repeat it. 2026 assumes that with 2025 having ended, all your healing work has been completed. Over the years, endless messages came our way. Heal yourselves. Heal yourselves. And 2025 gave us numerous opportunities to do this. 2026 has birthed with one assumption, that you have done the work. 2026 has dawned with one assumption, that each one of us is ready to activate our crystalline networks. This year stands on 3 strong energy pillars. The first one is spiritual rebirth. 2026 asks you to step out of old identities that were based on fear, on obligation, on rejection, need for validation, emotional conditioning. It asks you to activate a version of yourself that is shaped by the truth of your soul blueprint. The second pillar is the activation of your soul purpose. If you are not aligned with your soul's direction, this year may create restlessness, and you may feel dissatisfied. You may also feel resentful with what you once accepted very easily. When you walk in coherence with the energy of your soul, in alignment with the energy of your soul blueprint, new paths shall open up unexpectedly. Paths that you didn't even know existed for you. New opportunities will appear out of the blue. These are not accidents. They are not random events. They are invitations to you. Invitation by your soul to walk along the path that you chose for yourself before you were embodied. And the third pillar is acceleration of energy frequencies. Energy speeds up. It speeds up on an individual, personal level, and it also speeds up collectively, globally. With this acceleration, manifestation speeds up considerably. But this is where we have to pause and take stock. What are we manifesting? Are we manifesting old patterns? Are we manifesting new structures? If you are unknowingly manifesting old patterns because you have not yet allowed them to dissolve, you will find that the manifestation of these old patterns will be so large that you will not be able to deny them anymore. This largeness of old structures that are not productive does not come to you as some kind of punishment. It comes to you to draw your attention that these patterns, these structures don't serve the purpose of your soul any longer. They come to tell you that you cannot survive in this newly evolving energy field if you are still stubbornly holding on to old patterns and if you continue to revisit the past. In 2026, the action you take is not busyness. It's not about a hustle. The action you take is the language of alignment. 2026 and the crystalline energy is the energy of coherence, where your thoughts, feelings, words, and actions have to match each other, where the physical self has to align with the energies of the higher self, where your earthly life has to be in perfect coherence with your soul blueprint. This kind of action is the right action that 2026 shall reward very quickly and very abundantly. But hesitation, self-doubt, overthinking, such actions shall lead to increased friction, increased restlessness, disturbance in your life, disturbance in your workplace. It shall certainly lead to inner conflict, but it can also lead to external conflict. So when your soul offers you a nudge, by way of, let us say, an idea that suddenly comes to you, or an opportunity that stands in your path, or a direction that you are being urged to go towards, do not resist this. In fact, take a very positive step towards this within 48 hours. All you need to do is to take one concrete action towards that opportunity, towards that direction, towards that idea within 48 hours. That action does not have to be right or wrong. So don't overthink this. Just take the action, whatever it might be. Pick up the phone and make a call. Write an email. Set up a meeting with someone. That phone call, that meeting, that email may not come to any positive result, or may not come to a result that you might think as positive. But what it really does is it informs the universe that you are in alignment with that opportunity, with that idea, with that direction. That one concrete step that you take is enough as a light signature for the universe. It shall open up more paths for you because you have given it a very clear message. I hear you. I am in alignment with you. This step that you take shall bring momentum in your life, in your careers, in your relationships. You may wonder why this action is so important. Let me use a very simple example to illustrate my point. Till the end of 2025, the horse leading the cart was the universe. The universe was the horse that was leading the way. And you and I were the cart behind that horse. Not always did we allow the horse to lead the way. In fact, sometimes we pulled the horse onto the other side. But still, because the horse was the universe, our lives were still quite rich, even though 2025 brought its fair share of problems to many of us. With 2026, the horse and the cart have changed energies. The horse is now you. Yes, you are the horse, and the cart is the universe. You are leading the way. The universe deems you evolved enough, activated enough, and respects and honors you by placing itself behind you and giving you the reins of your evolution into your hands completely. You, as the horse, have to direct the cart. Wherever you take that cart, the universe shall fill that cart completely. So if you take that cart on the path directed by your soul, the cart shall be richly filled with abundant rewards, new opportunities, fresh growth, and structures that you create which shall fulfill you, enrich you, and empower you. But if you hold on to old patterns, to old structures, if you stubbornly continue to judge, continue to hate, continue to live in separation, the cart shall be filled with exactly what you are putting out. Your life shall become a mirror of your energy. This is an important responsibility placed upon us. I don't see this responsibility as a burden. I see it as a joyous shift in evolution, in energy, in humanity's consciousness, where you and I have the power to be fully authentic if we choose to be, or be partially authentic or fully inauthentic. Our thoughts, our feelings, our words, and our actions shall clearly define this for us. 2026 is not asking you to be perfect. Please let me reiterate this. 2026 is not asking you to be perfect. You and I shall slip up along the way. Yes, there will be times when this horse shall move onto a path that is not soul directed. But if we are in constant self-awareness, if we are in constant awareness of our crystalline activation, we shall very soon realize that the horse is moving in a wrong direction. And very quickly, by choosing something different, by choosing to be something different, we shall be able to get onto that right path again, ensuring that our cart is filled only with whatever we desire to experience in our lives. So 2026 is not asking you to take that perfect step. It's just asking you to take the concrete step, a step that is in coherence with who you are authentically. So don't wait. As soon as there is an idea, as soon as there is a nudge from your soul, start right there and then. Start exactly where you are. Do not wait for that perfect moment, because none shall arrive. The perfect moment is the moment you create for yourself. And yes, also be very cognizant of energy hygiene in 2026. Your energy signature is now stronger than it has ever been. Remember, 2026 deems you completely ready for crystalline activation. And whether you are aware of it or not, your crystalline activation has already begun. Your old energy network has already begun its very quick shift. This makes your light signature brighter than it has ever been, which means you show your intentions to the universe in a manner that is louder and sharper than it has ever been. If your intention is not in coherence with your soul-directed path, that shall very loudly convey itself to the universe, and the universe shall reply to you in the same language. How will you hear this language? One of the loudest ways that the universe shall talk to you is through your body. Yes, our physical bodies play a very important role in 2026. When the horse is on a path that is not soul directed, the body will reply by tightness, numbness, pain, dizziness, feverishness, migraine-like feelings. But when the horse is on the right path, your body shall feel expanded. It shall feel light. It shall feel joyous. It shall feel open. Pay attention to your body. Your body knows the language of your soul. Do not allow the mind to come in between the body and the soul's communication. We have conditioned our mind to tell us only what the ego wants us to know. It is now time for us to turn away from our minds and to listen to our bodies. First, listen to your body, and then let the mind create the strategy in order to take you towards that direction. These shifts that we are going through will mean that you and I need more physical rest. Please allow yourself to rest more. When your body says, I am tired, listen to it. Sit where you are. Lie down where you are, even if it is just for 5 minutes. But give your body the respect that it deserves by resting completely without your phone, without any television. Just allow stillness to come into your system. Breathe deeply and rhythmically. Inhale to a count of 4 and exhale to a count of 6. Do this slowly, and soon your body shall feel relaxed and rested. These few moments of rest will make you feel clearer, more aligned, more grounded, and therefore more ready to meet the wonderful challenges of this great year. Yes, it is a great year, but if you resist this year, it may not appear as great. Change and recalibration are a vital part of 2026. So relationships may shift, situations may end or suddenly change. New realizations, new truths may come up for you to see. When this happens, do not get disturbed. Do not allow your energies to be scattered. Pause. Breathe. Be still. Remember, this is happening so that you can course correct, so that you can redirect your energies. Instead of getting disturbed by what is happening, ask yourself, how does this change support who I am becoming? How does this change support my soul-directed growth? Recalibration, change is not a loss. It is alignment, coherence. So devote even a small part of your everyday to walking the path of your life purpose, your soul mission. Doing this makes a profound difference in your life. And instead of focusing on whether I'm taking the right step towards that, focus upon being consistent. Consistency is far more valid than perfection. Repeated steps, however small they are, shall be way more significant than trying to take that one large, perfect step. And so, as we come to the end of this video, let's remind ourselves, 2026 is not the year to fix yourself. There is nothing wrong with you. You are not broken. This is a year of becoming yourself. This is a year of making daily choices so that you become who you know you are deep within yourself. Be bold and declare who you are. And don't stop at that. Embody that declaration. For example, if you say, I am an empowered being, let all your thoughts, feelings, words, and actions be along those lines. Be in coherence with that declaration. The doorway has already opened for you. The energy is ready. Your activation has already begun. Step forward and begin this amazing, magical, evolutionary journey.